President Cyril Ramaphosa will deliver the eulogy at the funeral of a former Joburg Mayor Mpho Moerane. He passed away on Wednesday. Moerane succumbed to his injuries that he sustained in a car accident a week earlier. Newzroom Afrika's Pelane Phakgadi is following the story for us and joins me live now from Bryanston. Since last we spoke, Pelane, what else has happened outside the home of the late Joburg Mayor?
Well, I can tell you that there's just continuing arrival of very high-ranking officials, and we're talking about the current African National Congress chairperson in Gauteng, that is David Makhura, who's also premier, and we've also seen the current Treasurer General of the African National Congress, Paul Mashatile, who has also arrived, and that is, of course, a former as well high-ranking official within the Gauteng government, who have worked quite closely with Mpho Moerane, and is also quite very much close as a personal friend to the Moerane family. You've seen that he's been with the Moerane family even on the day that the announcement of the death was made. He spent countless days at the hospital hoping that Moerane will get better. Let me bring in Sasabona Manganya, of course, as the spokesperson of the African National Congress in the city of Johannesburg. Sasabona, I can see that today it seems that everything is queued to go. The program will begin here shortly, as we do understand, at the family home before we go to the stadium. I mean, to the Bigilanga Secondary School.
Yes, definitely. The program will start very soon at the family house, just to do the family rituals, and the church to do whatever it needs to do. And we will be able to leave probably around 8, few minutes after 8, so that we can arrive at the venue exactly few minutes before 9, so that 9 o'clock the official program can start that site at the venue site.
The president will be delivering the eulogy. It talks about the kind of relationship he had with governance as a whole, and the plans that he had to try and ensure that there is power and energy supply within the city of Johannesburg. When he left, those are some of the plans that he had shared with the president during the trail of elections.
Yes, definitely. Comrade Mpho Moerane had an opportunity to work directly with the president, and the president was very impressed, in fact, with him when we went to Orange Farm. He had a clear plan, which was indicating what kind of challenges people of Orange Farm are facing, what kind of solutions that must be provided, and by when must they be provided, and what is the estimated budget to cost us. So he was very impressed about that kind of high-level planning that was so detailed, and he was also working with him very closely in dealing with the issue of taking over the Eskom supplied areas to be supplied by City Power, because we are not happy. We're still not happy about how Eskom handles the areas where they supply electricity. So these were the key issues that Comrade Mpho Moerane was busy with, and he worked directly also with the president around those issues.
Talk to me now about the character of this gentle giant that you guys are painting. I mean, despite the fact that you even personally are lobbying for secretariat on another lobby group, and that is different to his, but all of you guys are here today. All of you have been together since the death of Mpho Moerane. Is that the kind of character that he was instilling in all of you, unity despite the fact of differences?
Yes. Remember, the issues of leadership preferences are issues which are expression of our branches, but they don't necessarily define and affect our relations. I mean, that is why even when one was contesting from a different slate and all the, not necessarily slate, but different preferences in terms of branches, the lineup that they preferred, we still had our own good relations as comrades and also as leaders. It never affected how we were working. It never created, a sense of, uncomfortability on each other. We still discussed even the future plans together. You know, we will even laugh about the issues of nomination, who got more numbers than the other, because he was a leader that believed that we must unite the ANC in the region and be able to have a strong organization that will be able to deliver services to the people of Johannesburg. So that is the kind of a leader that we had, who believed that we must have unity in purpose. And that unity was beyond even the organization itself. That is why in council he will work with many political organizations that he will be able to relate better with. And many of them, you will see them today to demonstrate the fact that they had a leader who wanted to unite the people of Johannesburg, a leader who understood the character of the ANC as the leader of society, who must work with everyone as part of society.
Shortly, as we part ways, so that you can go inside for the program to begin, at the coming conference of the African National Congress in Greater Johannesburg next weekend, I'm sure this is a great loss when you start that particular conference.
Look, it's a great loss to the African National Congress. It is not, the conference will not be the same without him. And, you know, there are a number of things that you will have expected that a successful conference will happen through him, you know, assisting the organization, given the fact that he was responsible for the finances and fundraising for the same conference and all that. So those are some of the issues that we might have to deal with, that reality that he is no more, and now we must work without him, which is going to be very difficult. But definitely the conference will also be dedicated, we will dedicate it to the 5 regional leaders that we have lost. Mamthandi Boko, Comrade Jeff Makubo, Jolidi Matongo, Desmond Mashele, and now Mpho Moerane.
Thank you very much. Of course, he's the spokesperson of the African National Congress here in the Greater Johannesburg region, and giving an indication of the number of leaders that they have lost just in the last year alone. 5 high-ranking leaders within the region of the Greater Johannesburg in itself, and they're just giving you even the 3 that we have been covering in the media, and that being Geoff Makubo, who succumbed to COVID-19. He was in office as the mayor and a employee of the African National Congress, and when he was laid to rest, a few moments later he was then replaced by Jolidi Matongo, who was also a high-ranking official within the African National Congress, who unfortunately during the course of his tenure as a mayor, executive mayor of the city of Johannesburg, then lost his life due to a car crash. And Mpho Moerane replaced Jolidi Matongo also as an ANC employee there, and it became the leader of caucus of the African National Congress, and ultimately the mayor of the city of Johannesburg just before the 2021 local government elections in November. And he unfortunately lost his life now after sustaining those injuries in a car crash a week earlier.
The party indeed presenting their united front ahead of Mpho Moerane being laid to rest later today. Thank you so much, Pelane. We are going to leave it there.